Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's 6 p.m. Central Time here in Florida, in the Panhandle. And you know what that means, right? When it's 6 p.m. Central Time in the Panhandle of Florida, it means you're going to get all this free information on how to process a green card, a K-1 visa, a spousal visa, a tourist visa, and get how to process a work permit and a green card. All this information is absolutely free. I've got 9.5 years experience helping people get their green cards and their K-1 visas, etc. Almost 10 years. That's a lot of time. And I could write the book on how to process a green card and a K-1 visa. It's not difficult. And you can do it by yourself. You don't need an immigration attorney to do this for you. Unless you're lazy, you don't need one. Save the money. Save the money. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney, and I don't give you any legal advice. I didn't take the bar exam, okay? But I took a different class, the class of hard knocks, the experience in the trenches, getting K-1 visas processed. Karina, my beautiful wife, is from Venezuela. She has her green card, and she has her driver's license, and she's loving it here in Florida. Other than the hurricanes, we got two. This is the second hurricane coming into the Gulf of Mexico, headed towards Tampa. So we don't live near Tampa. We're up in the Panhandle. But it could have been coming this way. Seriously. Easy E. Hi, Diego, and welcome back, Karina. We missed you. Okay, Estrano Karina. Karina's back on the channel. She's back. She took a week off, okay? Now, I'm here to answer all your questions on green cards, K-1 visas, etc. If you got a question, ask me the question, I'll answer the question. I know the answer. I know 99.9% of the answers to the questions that you're going to ask me. And that 0.1 I don't know, I'll find out for you and I'll get you the answer. So that way you don't have to be spending $400 a minute for an immigration attorney. Or have them, I don't know how much they cost, but it's an insane amount of money. Now, they went to law school, which is a difficult class. It's a very hard school. So I got a lot of respect for immigration attorneys and for any attorney, actually. I mean, they go through a lot of schooling. But I went through the school of reality. Okay, the reality. I went to the reality school, not a classroom. So we hope everybody's doing good. I got it turned on for the subscribers only to chat. If I didn't do that, I mean, I wouldn't be able to answer all your questions. I'd be overwhelmed with questions. So anyway, that's why I do that. So we hope you're doing well. Now, I made a video today on how to apply for a work permit. Yeah, I didn't focus the camera too well. And what I use to make videos, I can use my cell phone, but I use a Canon M50 right here. It's a pretty good camera. This is what I use. And then this is the microphone. It's like, I don't know, it's like a rat. Maybe it's like a mouse. Maybe I should start feeding it cheese and it will get bigger. Who knows? And then when the battery lasts on the camera for about 30 minutes, and then when the battery runs out, I charge it right here. I recharge it right here. I don't know if you can see that. But that's where you put the battery pack, and then you run it in the wall, and then you recharge the battery. And then right here, there are all these batteries. I got like 5 of them, including the one in the camera. So I got 5. So I got 2.5 hours worth of battery power. So that's how I make some of the videos, and some of the videos I make with an iPhone, what is it, 15, 16? I don't know what it is. It's an iPhone. But I've never really got much into iPhones. I used it for Colombia. I had to have one to communicate with Karina when she was in Colombia. And I brought the iPhone to Colombia, and it was very helpful for the immigration process. I was able to, receive documents from the Interpol, and I was able to contact the embassy in Bogota with the cell phone. So it came in pretty handy. So, but here in Florida, I don't need it. I give it to Karina, so she can chat with her friends in Venezuela, Peru, Brazil, Colombia, obviously, because most of her family's in Colombia. She's got family all over the South America, except not Central America, it's just South America. Brazil, Colombia, and Venezuela, beautiful Venezuela. We got lots of people watching us from Venezuela. And in the future, we're going to bring Mom over to the USA when Karina becomes a U.S. citizen. If you have questions on how to become a U.S. citizen, I will answer your questions here to the beneficiaries. Because your goal when you get to America is to, assimilate into the United States and become a U.S. citizen. That's the goal, right? Become a U.S. citizen. And then when you're a U.S. citizen, then you don't have to worry about all this paperwork anymore for immigration. All this crazy paperwork, right? It's a lot of stuff you got to do. We've been there, we've done it, and we know exactly what you're going through. You fill out the K-1 visa application, the Form I-129F. You don't make any mistakes when you fill it out. When you apply for the green card, you fill out Form 485. Make sure you get the 693 for the medical exam. Repeat the medical exam. Repeat it. It's not expensive. Jay Baxter, good evening to the Ross family. Jay Baxter, what's going on? We got lots of folks getting ready for visa interviews all around the world, right? Carlos, hello from Jacksonville, Florida. I hope you are both safe and doing well. We're good, Carlos. The hurricane going to hit Tampa. The other hurricane hit Tallahassee. So we're kind of close to Tallahassee. So we kind of lucked out. We feel sorry for the folks that took the hit from the hurricane. And the folks in Tampa, I think, or Sarasota in Florida, they're going to take a heavy hit tonight. Cars are going to get destroyed. Houses are going to get destroyed. People are going to get killed if they didn't evacuate. If you don't evacuate from these areas, like Governor DeSantis said, you got to leave. If you don't leave, you're going to get killed. And honestly, there should be no excuse why there's any cars that get hit with the hurricane damage. You got 5 days notice to evacuate for a hurricane. You got 5 days. That's 6 days. 5 days, probably 4 days. You got plenty of time to move your family and your car and your documents that you cannot replace out of the area. Passports, especially if you're in a K-1 visa application right now. Let's suppose you're a sponsor and you live in Sarasota and you've applied for a K-1 visa for your beautiful soon-to-be wife or husband. You got to get all those documents and your passport and everything that pertains to your visa application plus yourself and get the heck out of Sarasota. Protect the documents, because if you lose them, immigration are not going to care. They're going to, we need this, we need that. Well, I got destroyed in a hurricane. They're going to say, well, there's no excuse. Okay? So if you are in the hurricane hit zone and you've been told to evacuate, don't forget all your immigration paperwork, especially if you're a beneficiary. Let's suppose you're a beneficiary. You just arrived in Florida. You got your K-1 visa, your passport, your I-97, your I-94, all your immigration paperwork. You need to get it and put it in a bag with the rest, whatever else, and get the heck out of town. Although it's a bit late now, because in the next couple of hours, I think in the next 5 or 6 hours, that hurricane is going to tear through Sarasota and probably annihilate that little town. And it's most unfortunate. I've survived probably 5 hurricanes. I've been through them. I'm sick of them. I'm tired of them. Karina got to experience 2 hurricanes, and she's already tired of them. And she's only on this is number 5, 7. This is hurricane number 7 for me. So Carlos, we are doing good. Jay Baxter, yeah, I hear you. It's going to be a Cat 4 with 120-mile-an-hour winds. That's very destructive. It's going to destroy trailers, campers, RVs, street signs. Missiles are going to be flying through the air. Get out of town if you're in that part of the neck of the woods. Kamira 1, good evening, Diego and Karina from Boston. Hope you both are doing great. We are great. We're doing awesome. Thanks for that. We hope you're doing great too. And I think your wife is from Cambodia, right? You brought her from Cambodia. Carlos, my prometita's interview in Bogota is in a few weeks. Yeah, it's no problem. Get it done. Do I need to bring a photocopy of my divorce decree? No, you need an original certified copy. A photocopy is not acceptable. Your question, Carlos, is do I need to bring a photocopy of my divorce decree, or do I need to bring a certified copy and keep this to the consular? You got to go to the courthouse, who has control of your divorce decree. You go in there and you pay the whatever it is, and you have the clerk of the court print and certify your divorce decree, and then get a business card from the clerk of the court and staple it to the bottom of the divorce decree. And that is what you have to bring to the interview in Bogota, Colombia. If you just bring a copy of your divorce decree, you're going to go into a 221G hold until you get the original certified copy. The U.S. Embassy in Bogota will put you on a hold for 2 or 3 months waiting for that document. I mean, you can get the document, but you're going to be putting your visa in jeopardy. It's not going to get denied, but it's going to be blocked for a long time. So make sure, Carlos, you get a certified copy of the divorce decree from the clerk of the court. The clerk of the court will print it. He or she will stamp it and sign it and certify it. Get a business card from the clerk of the court, staple it to the bottom of the divorce decree so there's no question you went to the courthouse to get it. That's what you're going to give to the consular officer at the embassy in Bogota. Okay? Carlos, tell me you understand that, because if you just run a copy off at Office Depot, it's not going to get accepted. It's got to be a certified copy. Camille 1, yeah, we're doing good, thank you. We're glad to hear you're doing good. Jenny Calvillo, hello Diego and Karina. I sent the forms for adjustment of status on September 11th. I checked the tracking number and it says was delivered on September 16th. Very good. It's been almost a month and I have not received a receipt number. My husband's K1 visa will expire in 4 days. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be, don't worry about it. I already called USCIS and they told me nothing is showing in the system. USCIS has no record. Wherever you mailed the green card application, those are the folks that have your green card application. They haven't opened the box yet. Don't worry if the I-94 is going to expire. Don't worry about it. As long as you got married within 90 days, when you arrived in America, you got married within 90 days, and you filed for the green card with all the required documentation. The immigration folks, if you send it to Chicago or Texas or Elgin, Illinois, or Phoenix, Arizona, those are the only 4 places where you mail a green card application. Chicago, Illinois, Elgin, Illinois, Texas, or at Phoenix, Arizona. When they open the box, if you included Form G1145, they will send you a text message in your cell phone telling you they've opened up the box, cashed the check, and received your green card application. If you haven't heard anything yet, they haven't opened the box. That's why it's not in the system, because they haven't opened it. They haven't got to it. Just because your I-94 has expired is irrelevant. It expires what, in 4 days? Don't worry about it. The I-94 just says you got to get married within 90 days. That's what it means. You got this, between this day and this day, you got to get married. And the Border Patrol issued that document. The Border Patrol says, Customs and Immigration, whatever you want to call them, they say you got to get married within this block of time. If you do, you are in status, even if the I-94 expires. You're in status. As long as you've mailed off your green card application and you got married within 90 days. So Jenny, relax. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the expiration. It's irrelevant. You're in status. And USCIS won't have a record of it until they open up the box. Jenny, I emailed the lockbox 10 days ago, but they have not answered. They're busy. If the packet was lost and the visa expired, can we resend the forms? Oh, well, we need a lawyer. No, you don't need a freaking lawyer. You don't need a lawyer to do this very easy green card application. You put the green card package together and you mail it. DHL, FedEx, or UPS. You don't send a green card application via the U.S. Postal Service. You send it through a courier service like FedEx, UPS, or DHL. When immigration receive it at the office, they will sign, and FedEx will send you a notification, or whoever, that immigration received your green card application. So immigration signs the FedEx form or whatever, and then they put it on a shelf. And when it's your turn, they'll get to it. And when they get to it, they'll open it. And then they'll send you a text message saying they opened it, and then they cash the check. As long as you included Form G1145. I'll write it right here. As long as you included that form. Okay? So you're panicking over the I-94 expiring. Don't worry about it. It's no problem. You emailed the lockbox 10 days ago, but they have not answered. They don't have time to be answering us. They don't have the time. They don't have time to answer you. If the packet was lost, you would know it was lost because FedEx didn't tell you that they have delivered it. Did you use FedEx, UPS, or DHL to send it? How did you send off your green card application? Did you include Form G1145? Two very important things. You don't need an immigration lawyer because your I-94 is expired. The I-94 means the I-94 just says you got to get married within 90 days. You got 90 days to get married between this day and this day. That's what the I-94 is. When you land in America, the K-1 visa is obsolete. It's irrelevant. The K-1 visa goes away. Now you have an I-94. You got 90 days to get married on the I-94. If you got married within 90 days, on the dates provided on the I-94, you're in a status. Then you put your green card package together and send it off. And then you wait for immigration to get unbusy. When they get unbusy, they will get to your case, and then they will process it. Okay? It's taking 9-10 months to get a green card right now because they're busy. So please don't say the word immigration attorney on something. This is so simple. It's very easy to do this. Don't be scared, okay? Don't panic. You got to relax. It's all good. Adriano Moro. Hi, Diego. My fiance got her visa approved at the U.S. Embassy in Dakar, Senegal since April 30th of this year. She has not received her passport back yet. I flew to Senegal and I found out that her medical exam, we have to do a new medical exam. Well, that's why you didn't get the passport back, because the medical exam expired. The medical exam is only good for 6 months. So you get a medical exam. It takes 7 months to get a visa interview. The medical exam expires. So it's always best to get the medical exam 2 weeks before the visa interview. So don't schedule a medical exam until you have scheduled a visa interview. You schedule the visa interview, and then 2 weeks before the visa interview, that's when you go into the medical exam. And then that way your medical exam won't expire. So redo the medical exam and get it to the embassy, and they will issue you the visa with the passport, assuming you passed the medical exam. Adriano, do you hear what I said? Carlos, I have my certified copy from Miami-Dade County and only have that one. Yeah, you can go get another one. I got 6 freaking copies of everything here. I got 6 certified copies of my divorce decree. I got 5 certified copies of our marriage certificate. I went to the courthouse in Santa Rosa County. I said, I need certified copies. Bam, bam, bam. 1 for the 2-year green card. 1 for the 10-year green card. 1 for U.S. citizenship. So when Karina goes to apply for her 10-year green card in a year and a half from now or less, I've already got the certified copies of the documents right here. I don't have to go back to the courthouse and get them. I purchased them all at the same time. So what you need to do is go back to the courthouse in Miami-Dade County and get certified copies of your divorce decree for the 2-year green card, the 10-year green card, and U.S. citizenship. So you need to get at least 3, and 1 for yourself. That's 4. It's not hard to do. Just go to the county courthouse. That's what I did. Karina came with me. She jumped in the car and we went over there. I also got certified copies of our marriage certificate, because when Karina applies for her 10-year green card, we're going to have to include a certified copy of the marriage certificate, stamped and signed by the courthouse. When she applies for U.S. citizenship, she's going to have to include a certified copy of the marriage certificate, signed and dated by the courthouse. Okay? That's how you do it. That's what I do. I mean, you all do your way, but the way I do it is I'm planning ahead. I'm planning ahead 2 years and 3 years down the road because immigration is going to need these documents again. And you cannot use copies. You cannot go to Office Depot and make copies. They've got to be original, wet ink, signed, certified. But Adriano gets, I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute for getting the visa approved in April. Excellent job on that. But now you just got to repeat the medical exam and get it to the embassy. And when you get to the United States, I recommend you repeat the medical exam again with a civil surgeon authorized by the State Department and include it in the green card application. Just saving you a headache, because some immigration officers want to see the medical exam repeated. Some immigration officers just want to see the vaccination documents repeated. So are you going to play dice in Vegas, or are you just going to repeat the medical exam, get the vaccinations recertified, and include them in the green card application? That's what we did. We just went over to the Pensacola and redid everything. Cost me $175. It wasn't very expensive. It was cheaper here than it was in Colombia for the exam, for that part of it, not for the vaccinations. The vaccinations were much cheaper in Colombia. Carlos, I have certified copies from Miami-Dade County. I only have one. Well, go back to the courthouse in Miami-Dade County and get 3 or 4 more. Okay? Because you're going to need them in the future. Does this consulate keep the certified copy? Yes. It's gone. It's gone. That's why you got to buy at least 4 copies. It's got to be here's a pen, right? Here's a pen. The clerk of the court stamps the divorce decree at the bottom. She signs it and dates it, or he, and gives it to you and staples it. And then at the bottom, you're going to staple a business card from the clerk of the court to prove you went to the clerk of the court. And then you got no issues. But you're going to get at least 4 copies. Just pay for 4 certified. Get 4. Get 4 certified copies. For the future, you're going to need them again. For the 10-year green card and for the U.S. citizenship. Okay? Carlos, I hope I cleared it up for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the immigration officer is going to take that certified copy. So you cannot go to Office Depot and do this. It's got to be done the way I just explained it. Adriana, we have to do new medical exam. Do a new medical exam, yes. You have to do a new medical exam in Senegal. And then get the medical exam to the embassy so you can get the visa inputted into the passport. They're just waiting on the medical exam. Jenny Calvillo, I sent it via UPS, but they gave me a USPS envelope and I track it via USPS. Okay, so Jenny, you mailed your green card application with a tracking number via UPS. UPS, right? Or USPS. Is it UPS or USPS? Did you send it UPS or the United States Postal Service? Which one did you send it? How did you send it? You say UPS and USPS. But did they send you a message telling you that immigration accepted your package? Because you sent it trackable, right? Did they receive it? I sent it via UPS. Okay. So did UPS send you a email saying that immigration signed and received for the green card application? When UPS took your packet of green card stuff, they delivered it to immigration. I don't know where you sent it, but somebody at immigration will sign it and receive it. So UPS didn't deliver it. You need to get in touch with UPS and say, look, I sent this certified via UPS. Why hasn't immigration signed for the paperwork? Did you deliver it? You got to contact UPS, because UPS, when they delivered it, somebody had to sign for that package wherever you sent it. UPS gave me a USPS envelope to put my forms there. That's not how you do it. You go into a UPS store, you walk into the store with your green card application, which is about this thick, okay? And then they put it in a box, and they seal it up, and then you pay for them to track it. and then they deliver it. When UPS delivers it to immigration, an immigration officer will sign and receipt and date that they received your application. And then UPS will tell you that it's been delivered. UPS gave me a USPS envelope. Why would UPS give you a US Postal Service envelope? UPS is a private company. They don't work for, they have no affiliation with the federal government. It's a private company. They don't have United States Postal Service envelopes. They told me they can only send it to USCIS and a USPS. That's not true. That's not true. That's a lie. You go in, you send it to Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. So you send it to Phoenix, Arizona. You walk into the UPS store and say, oh, here's my green card application. Put it in a box for me. And there's two addresses. There's two addresses that you can send it to Phoenix, Arizona. One address is for the Postal Service. You don't want to use that address. You want to use the address for a courier service, which is FedEx, UPS, or DHL. If you went in there with an address, which is for the Postal Service to use, then UPS can't deliver it. They're going to give you a USPS envelope. If they, well, they should have told you they cannot deliver it to that address. There are two addresses for mailing a green card. There's 4 places you can send a green card. And there's 8 addresses. There's 4 addresses are used for UPS, DHL, FedEx, and the other 4 addresses would be for Postal Service. So if you went into a UPS store with the Postal Service address, UPS can't help you. They won't be able to help you. I don't even know why they're giving you a USPS envelope. Well, the reason is because you had the USPS address to mail it to, so they couldn't help you. So you had the wrong address, number 1, and number 2, UPS should have told you that it's the wrong address, and they should have told you to go get the correct address for a courier service. If you want, I'll give you the address for a courier service. You don't need an immigration attorney. I just told you what you did wrong. Okay? You went in to UPS with an address that is for the Postal Service. So you send it to Phoenix, Arizona. I am going to write the correct address down here for you, okay, for Phoenix, Arizona. This is the correct address where to send your freaking green card. Well, you need to get all your documents back. And if you can't get all your documents back, you're going to have to redo the freaking green card application. Don't worry, it's all caught. You can redo the paperwork. But this is, now make sure do you have a pen? This is the correct address where to send your freaking green card application using UPS, DHL, or FedEx. So get a pen and write down this address. I'm going to write it for you right here. Okay, you can screenshot it. I don't know how you can do that, but this is the address. Oops, hold on. Let me make sure I take the caps lock off of here. This is where you're going to send it, okay? Using FedEx, DHL, or UPS. You went into the UPS office with a freaking address for the Postal Service, so UPS couldn't help you. It was a P.O. box. UPS can't deliver to a P.O. box. This is where you're going to send it. So hopefully you got a pen and you can write this down, because this is the correct address, and I'm going to fix it for you. I'm going to fix the problem without you having to pay an immigration attorney. All right? How about that for a slice of cheesecake on a Wednesday? This is where you're going to send it. I'm not ignoring you guys, okay? I'm just fixing a problem. Sky Harbor. One second. Korean is my eyes. I don't have the best eyes. I'm at a theater today. I couldn't even focus the freaking camera. Sky Harbor, Circle S. This is where you're going to send it. PHONI, Phoenix, Arizona. 85034. I'm surprised I can even read this because my eyes are terrible. Now, do you have a pen? Jenny, do you have a pen? Now I'm going to hit that. This, okay. This is the address you are going to ship your green card application to via UPS. You said UPS, I guess it's close to you, right? It's going to be Attention Adjustment of Status, AOS, Box 20500, 1820 East Sky Harbor Circle S, Suite 100, Phoenix, Arizona, 85034. That is where you're going to send your green card application via UPS. The address you used was PO Box 20500. UPS can't deliver to that address, so they're going to direct you to the U.S. Postal Service. And the U.S. Postal Service, I wouldn't trust them to run a Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. And if you work for the Postal Service, I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so Jenny, here's how you fix the problem. Contact USPS and ask them to send your stuff back. If they can't find it, you should have already received notification already. Okay, USPS should have already notified you that immigration received it in Phoenix, Arizona. They should have sent you a message or an email or informed delivery. Hey, immigration got your stuff. But if they haven't done that, if you think it's lost, redo your green card application, put it back, redo it all, reprocess it all, and send it to the address I just told you, and then include Form G1145 right here. I'll read it again. Include that in there. So then when they open it at immigration, they'll send you a text message with a receipt number. So I think I just saved your green card. I did save your green card from being in the abyss of wherever. Relax, you can fix it. It's no big deal. It's a big deal, but it's not. You can fix it, okay? What can you do in this case? Contact USPS and say, hey, where's my stuff? Or redo everything. Redo everything. Because you would have known if immigration got it, because they would have cashed your freaking check. Right? They would have cashed the check already. Chris and Emma, please pray for my fiance family. Her brother died of liver disease. I'm sorry to hear that. And virus went to his head. This caused delay by the interview. I have to change the flight schedule. I can understand. That's very sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Chris and Emma. I'm very sad to hear that. That's not good. That's not good. Kimberly reviews. My fiance will be here next week from Greece. I'm nervous. Mountain Dew salute. What do you mean you're nervous? What are you nervous about? Your fiance better be making you a Greek salad when he gets to the United States. I've been to Greece, 3 times, I think. 3 times when I was in the Navy. I ate hamburgers 2 of the days, and then on the 3rd time, I went and ate a Greek salad. It was good. Don't be nervous, Kimberly reviews. It's no problem. It's almost at the end of the process for you. We tentatively plan to get married on November 30th. Trying to confirm the venue. Good deal. Excellent. Perfect. We look for. Now remember, when you get married, get lots of pictures of the wedding with lots of people. If you're getting married in a courthouse with just you and him, don't worry about it. You get all the people in the courthouse around you and say, these are my wedding guests. And you find out what their names are. And you put them in pictures. Okay? We got married on the beach, but we had everybody show up. You know, I was a real estate agent. So every real estate agent on the freaking planet showed up, which was good. Good job. Jenny Calvillo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Jenny, I saved your green card, okay? You now have the correct address where to send it. You know not to send it USPS because I wouldn't trust them, okay, with my mail. I wouldn't trust them to run a Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. You're going to send it via private courier service, UPS, to the address I gave you, reconstruct your green card application. Don't forget the check. Don't use a freaking credit card. Fill out a check or a cashier's check, and you're going to send it. You're going to fill out the check to this right here. Right here. I'm not ignoring you guys, but I'm making sure you understand. That's how you fill out the check. Don't use your credit card to pay for a green card. Your bank will get it and go, what the heck is this? The bank's going to get the charge from USCIS and go, what is this? They're not going to accept the charge. And then you're going to get a letter from USCIS saying, we can't process your green card because we didn't get paid. So how do you solve that problem? You get a cashier's check, or you write a check to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. No abbreviations. If you abbreviate USDEPT/Homeland SEC, something like that, your check will not be cashed, and your green card will be delayed 2 or 3 months. Okay? But Jenny, don't worry. You learned a lesson not to use USPS. Reconstruct your green card package and resend it to the address I told you through UPS or FedEx. Put a form G1145 in your green card application so the immigration will text you when they open the box and receive it. Okay? Kimberly, don't be nervous about anything. You've got this, okay? And Apostle, hi Diego, what's going on, Apostle? How is everybody's families, by the way? It's Wednesday. We got a freaking hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico going this way, not this way, so we're not going to get hit. So we can do a live stream. We didn't have to evacuate. And we're here with you, and we hope you're all doing well. Try to relax during this process and try to, pay attention to the details. When you fill out the I-129F, make sure you don't mess up the paperwork. You can make an easy mistake. You can transpose a date of birth. You can mess up the passport number. You can write a 6 instead of a 9 because you're in a big hurry to put the I-129F together, and your fiance's passport number is 96, all right? And you put 69 or upside down or 2 9s or 2 6s. It happens all the freaking time. And immigration look at it and go, well, the passport number doesn't match the I-129F. And they send everything back to you because you screwed up. So you just got to take your time putting this stuff together. Okay? You can do it. It's not hard. You just got to take your time. Chris and Emil, thank you. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Chris and Emil. That's just not good news at all. Very bad. Apostle, I'm coming to the United States, God willing, tomorrow. My K1 is approved. Well, you get your K1. First, you got to get your passport back, Apostle. But we're going to give you a Mountain Dew salute for getting your K1 visa approved. When you get your passport back, look in the passport. Make sure your name is spelled correctly on the K1 visa. There's no mistakes. Boom. Then you're out of here. When I went to pick up Karina's K1 visa with Karina in Bogota, Colombia, Karina gave me her passport. I looked at it, and I made sure her name was spelled correctly. I made sure her date of birth was in there correctly. All right, and boom. So, Apostle, I got my passport with everything correct. Right, okay, get you on a plane. Woof, get on a plane. And get here. We can't wait for you to get to the United States and start your new life. Congratulations. It's a good job, Apostle. Let me see. Bambone1. Hello, sir. After you receive a letter from USCIS that they have received your K1 application, what will be the next step? And how long? Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute. They received your K1 visa application. You filled out the check properly. You didn't mess up. You put the paperwork together properly. Now you're going to wait for about 5 or 6 months for the NOA-2 letter. The first letter you got was the NOA-1 letter. The Notice of Action 1 says they've received your K1 visa application, boom, and it was sent to a service center, wherever that may be. More than likely it's California. It could be Nebraska, it could be Texas. Now you're going to wait for your NOA-2 letter, which could take about 4 to 6 months. Now you're going to be doing this, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. for the NOA2 letter. Okay? And if you hang out with us on the channel, right here in the live streams, we will walk you through the process until success. Okay? Kimberly reviews. Okay, thanks. Gianni Brielle. Hi, Karina and Diego. I haven't watched in a while. That's okay. Hope you guys are doing well. We're good. Still waiting on my green card to be approved. March 29th, 2024 is the receipt date. March, so we're going to say April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So that's 7 months. So about 2 more months, 2 to 3 months, you will get your approval. All right, assuming you put everything together properly, which I'm sure you did. So give it another 2 to 3 months. Okay, Jenny, you got it? Apostle, I got my passport with everything in it, and now you're good to go. Get you on that plane, and when you arrive in the United States, go through the U.S. citizenship line. Okay, go in the U.S. citizenship line for immigration purposes. And then when you check in with the Border Patrol folks, you say, I am here on a K-1 visa. I need a K-1 visa Border Patrol check-in interview. And then the Border Patrol, customs agent, whatever you want to call them, will get on the phone and get you an interview. Okay? So you got to apply, you got to allow for enough time to go through immigration and get your immigration interview in the Border Patrol. And then you will get an I-94. You may not get it in your hand, but it will be generated electronically, and you can go online and print it in a couple of days. Okay, I made a video on how to get your I-94. You must include your form I-94 with your green card application. If you don't, you will get an RFE. You must use your I-94 to get a social security number if you live in some of the states where you got to have a social security number before you can get a marriage certificate or marriage license. There's 12 states in, there's 50 states in America, and out of those 50, 12 of them, you have to get a social security number first. Pennsylvania, for example, Maryland, Utah. Let me see. Jay Baxter, hey Diego, not visa related, but how is my dad? My dad, I don't know. He's in Thailand. The last few weeks, a bunch of areas in Chiang Mai was flooding. Well, I'm sure he's good. If he was, I mean, I don't know. He didn't say he was having any problems, so I'm assuming he's all good. But thanks for the question. That's very, very nice of you, because my dad lives in Chiang Mai. Jenny Brielle, got it. Okay, Jenny. So you're good to go, right? Jenny's good to go. Josias Pazelli. Now, Josias is from Argentina. And I'm going to give the president of Argentina a Mountain Dew salute because I love that guy. He's a great president. Josias, a Mountain Dew salute to your president. Well, actually, he's not your president now because you're in America. So Biden temporarily is your president until November, actually until January. Let me see. But Josias, I have my marriage certificate. Is necessary to send the original or just a photocopy. You cannot send a photocopy of your marriage certificate. It has to be a certified copy from the courthouse. The original in black and white is enough. Here's what you do. Certified by the government. Yes. You got to go to the courthouse. When we got our marriage certificate, I paid for the marriage certificate. They gave me a second certified copy for free. So I had 2. But I need 4 at least. So I said, I need 2 more. And she said, okay, that's going to be another $40. So whatever, I paid for the marriage certificate. She printed it, certified it, printed it, certified it. So I had 4 certified copies. One is the one that's in the little beautiful envelope for the marriage. The second one went to her green card application for her 2-year green card, Karina's 2-year green card application. The third one's going to be used for her 10-year green card application. And the fourth one's going to be used for her U.S. citizenship application when she fills out Form N-400. So when you get married and you go into the clerk of the court, make sure you get a minimum of 4 certified copies of your marriage certificate. signed by the clerk of the court with a pen, not an Office Depot copy. USCIS will not accept an Office Depot copy of your marriage certificate. It has to be a certified original from the courthouse. And the same applies to divorce decrees and death decrees. Okay? You got it, guys. You're learning a lot today, right? Today is, you're all top of the class today, right? Yeah, Chiang Mai, if it's flooding out, I'm sure my dad is okay, because I would have heard about it if he wasn't. Hosias, is certified by the government? Of course, yes. Bambono 1, you're welcome, thanks. Hosias, because I was about to send the certified copies of my marriage in the adjustment of status, the ones with the color and nice paper instead of a black and white copy. Hosias, when we went and got our marriage certificate, we got 4. Got 2, I got 1 I paid for, I got 3 I paid for, and 1 I got for free. So I paid for the first one, which was the original, which went to Karina in her hand in a little envelope. Then I got a second one, she stamped and signed it. That was for free. But I got 2 more. I purchased 2 more. Okay? Because the one that I got for free, I used in the 2-year green card application. Then I got another one for her 10-year green card application, and another one for her U.S. citizenship application with the Form N-400. So you got to have at least 4 certified copies with a wet ink signature. Please tell me you understand what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Don't send a copy from Office Depot, Hosias. It will get rejected. Bambone 1, you're welcome. My case was received July 19, 2023. A couple more months to go. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sprinkle pixie dust all over your case, okay? The pixie dust does the magic, all right? It's going to get everything moving for you, plus a Mountain Dew salute, okay? Bambone 1. This is going to get it moving for you. This never fails. Every time I put pixie dust on somebody's green card, okay, 1, all of a sudden things start happening. Chris and Emma, she did pay the MERS slip for the interview, but the interview got pushed back in late October. Okay, I can understand why, okay? But make sure you go to the interview. Make sure the medical exam doesn't expire. The medical exam is only good for 6 months. If the medical exam expires, you're going to have to repeat it. Jay Baxter, I believe it was the most of Old Town that flooded. It was two above the chest. Wow, that's some serious flooding right there. So let's hope those folks are okay. I mean, the whole world is either flooding in hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, or there's countries at war with each other. The planet Earth has never been in so much chaos in the last 3 years, right? We got wars everywhere. We got tornadoes, hurricanes. We got earthquakes, cyclones, typhoons. What else can possibly go wrong? Adriana Sarango Nunez. Hi, Diego and Karina. First of all, I'm very sorry about Tokyo. Thank you. Tokyo was Karina's child. It was a horrible experience for Karina. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But Tokyo, we took care of him, and he's in the house. Okay, we got him cremated with a nice ceremony, so he's with Karina. I went to my interview this Monday, October 7th, and we got our visa approved, receiving the passport and visa in 2 weeks. Adriana Sarango Nunez. The pixie dust worked for you. Congratulations. Now, that was a scary visa interview, right? The scary visa interview. Thank you so much for everything. You're welcome, Adriana. Karina, we're here for you. We're here for you, okay? Chris and Emma, she will do that before the interview. Gotcha. Chris and Emma, why is Trump bashing Biden for the FEMA, saying no help? Why is Trump bashing Biden from the FEMA? Well, we got a massive hurricane just wiped out a town in Florida, and apparently there's no money in the FEMA emergency fund to help these people. according to the news anyway. And apparently, Biden used the money to help illegal immigrants instead of putting it in reserve. If it's true, I don't know. I don't work for FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management folks. I don't work for FEMA. But apparently there's no money in FEMA for the folks that got their houses wiped out. They got no money for anything. And then Kamala Harris said she was going to give $750 to affected families per family. But we're giving billions of dollars to Ukraine, but we don't have money to help Americans that had their lives destroyed in northern Florida. I think that's the issue. I just go what's on the news. I don't know if it's true or not. If there's no money in FEMA, I don't know. I'm just going by what I'm hearing on the news. There's money for Ukraine, and there's money for the Gaza Strip, and there's money for Taiwan, and there's money for this. But there's no money for Americans who have lost everything in northern Florida. That's what's getting reported. So that's why Trump is bashing Biden. And, I can understand. Bam Bone One, thanks. You're welcome, Bam Bone One. Chris and Emma, why is Trump bashing Biden? Well, there's no money in our FEMA emergency funds. It's all being spent on, apparently, people that aren't supposed to be in this country. Lee Kakula, good evening, Diego and Karina. I did schedule my fiance interview for December 10th. Excellent job, Mountain Dew salute, Lee Kakula. And what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle pixie dust right here. I can't see. There you go. The light. There we go. Pixie dust all over that visa interview. Chris Namel, some news is fake. I think 90% of all the freaking news is fake. ABC News, CBS News, NBC News, MSNBC, they all put out propaganda. They don't put out they just put out opinion. Okay, Fox News does the same thing. Fox News puts out opinion. I think the only news media that I actually trust in the United States of America is Sky News from Australia. Sky News processes information and puts out information that is real and puts out news. NBC, CBS, MSNBC, ABC, it's all garbage propaganda that supports Biden. All those freaking news people are all registered Democrats who are trying to help Biden and help Kamala Harris. They don't like Trump. They can't stand him. They hate his guts. But that's not how a news organization is supposed to function. A news organization is supposed to put the news out there, facts and information, and ask the tough questions of political candidates. But those news outlets don't. They're worthless. They're useless. Don't even watch them. I watch Sky News. Australia. I got to get my freaking news from Australia because they give the real skinny. Or the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail from England. They put out news. That's real. But I don't watch that other junk. I don't watch MSNBC. The MSNBC is nothing more than a mouthpiece for the Democrat National Committee. They've lost their journalistic integrity, in my opinion. When you watch the news, you want to find out what's going on in the world. You don't want to hear a news anchor bashing a presidential candidate, Democrat or Republican. It's irrelevant, the party, okay? But you're going to learn all this stuff when you get to America, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching us from around the world, watching us from all these different countries around the world, you're going to get to learn about American politics because it's part of the process to become a U.S. citizen. Chris and Emil, but FEMA said they have the money. Okay, well, who does FEMA work for? FEMA works for who? Who appointed the director of FEMA? President Biden. Do you really think the director of FEMA who works for President Biden, who was appointed by President Biden, is going to bash his own organization, which makes Biden look bad? No, of course not. I want to look at the real data coming out of the Treasury, do a Freedom of Information Act, a FOIA request on how much money is in FEMA. Don't ask the FEMA director. because the FEMA director works for the Biden administration. I don't trust what he says. See what I'm saying? Bambo One, how often do you go live and from what time? I don't want to miss any. Okay, well, look, I'll put it right here. I'm live 99% of the time we're live together, okay, on Wednesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. This is when we're live, okay? An hour and a half, or until you get bored and then everybody drops off the channel and goes to bed or goes eat their dinner. Boom. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Central Time. We are here for you guys. Talk about K1 visas and green cards, and sometimes we throw in some politics because it gets fun, right? You come into this country from all these different places around the world, and you want to find out how our political structure works. How does our government work here in the United States? Well, right now it's not functioning the way it should, honestly. The Congress is funding things they shouldn't be funding. Who controls the Congress? The Republicans. The White House is doing things they can't do, which are illegal, which violate the Constitution, like trying to pay off everybody's freaking school loans. You can't do that. You can't use my money to pay off my neighbor's school loan. Our country right now is in chaos politically. But hopefully in November, we get an election where we get somebody that actually knows what they're doing and get us all back on track. So we're back as a republic. You know, I want to throw up every time I hear a politician say we're a democracy. Venezuela is a democracy. The United States isn't a democracy. The United States is a constitutional republic. That's why we have an electoral college, which means if you live in a little tiny town in North Dakota with 300 people in your town, you still have a voice, okay, against the people that live in Los Angeles or New York City or Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee, or Miami, wherever you live. The electoral college gives Americans a voice, a representative voice, okay, across the whole country. So that means with an electoral college, we don't have New York and California running the United States under a popular vote, which is a democracy. A democracy is the popular vote wins. Then the people in North Dakota and South Dakota don't have a voice. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyway, let's see. Adriana Sarango Nunes. Hey, Diego, after the interview, they told me to wait for an email to pick up my passport. That's correct. Think I should just wait or email the embassy here in Peru? No, you just wait. Give them 2 weeks. But I'll give you Mountain Dew salute. And we got a friend from Peru. We got friends in Peru. I want to go to Peru with Karina. I want to fly over the Nazca lines. I want to go to, what is it? Machu Picchu? Machu Picchu. I want to go there. Now, there's some strict rules about going to Machu Picchu. There's strict rules about going there. I mean, seriously. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't bring umbrellas. I mean, I don't know. But we want to go visit. We will. When Karina becomes an American citizen, we're going to go to Peru, Brazil, Venezuela, hopefully. We want to go to Venezuela, go see Mom. Okay? But you know how it is in Venezuela right now. So, we are here on the live stream, okay? Wednesdays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. I will answer all your questions for free. I know the answer to 99.9% of all your questions. I've got people through immigration. I've got them out of immigration trouble. I've got them visas, green cards approved when they thought they could never get a green card. I've helped hundreds of people, okay, over the last 9.5 years. And I like to hang out with you guys. But I've been talking for, what, an hour? And we'll be, today's Wednesday. We'll be back Saturday at 6 p.m. I'll make some more videos during the week. I want to put lots of pixie dust on everybody's K1 and green cards and visa interviews. I got a little bit of Mountain Dew left, which I'll finish up. And we will see you guys. Now, we mustn't forget Francois Livingston. She just got back from the United Arab Emirates. She was on an airplane ride from the UAE to the United States with Hamid, her future husband. Okay, it took her almost 3 years to get her K1 visa for her Hamid. Okay, so we want to give everybody a congratulations to Francois. She's now in New York City, probably at JFK, fixing to relax and then go through immigration and then head up to upstate New York. And we wish Francois and Hamid the best of everything. And I'm sure they'll be on the next live stream to tell us all about it. And Adriana, my process took like 1 year and 3 months. Okay. But you're done. It's done. Boom. You got it done. Now you're going to get on a plane and fly to the USA very soon. And Adriana gets the last word, and we'll see you guys on Saturday.